Hello, all you wonderful people. This is my Media Museum, and we will be getting into episode 16 of Mixbox 11 here in a minute. But I want to take a second. A lot of you who are watching on cell phones, if you're watching it this way, try clicking on this and hit that little box right there in that corner. And you hit that box, and you will get it this way, which is such a much better way to view the channel. Also, another little tip for some of you, the gear, if you find the gear on the screen here, on the phone it's up here, hit this playback speed. On a computer, it's constantly downgrading me. I film these things in 4K, convert them to 1080p for uploading. So there you get this playback speed, and you just hit on that, and then you can kick it up to the max, 1080p. But on cell phone's a little bit different. I'm not used to using the cell phone, so I'm a little awkward with it. So, anyways, dang it. So, next up, next thing I wanted to cover was we had a recent subscriber who's obviously been watching a lot of the videos, and I do appreciate that. I appreciate all 500 plus of you subscribers and any thumbs up that I get from you guys. Greatly appreciate it and keeps me encouraged. But on episode 7 of this series of the Mixbox 11 videos, I confused or got my wires crossed with Stephen Bishop and Elvin Bishop. Now, I actually know Elvin Bishop fairly well. I've got quite a few of his albums, and I know him. But Stephen Bishop, I never really heard of. So when I came across this 45 and was discussing it, Elvin Bishop popped into my head. I ran with it, gave you some misinformation. I apologize for that. So now that we've got all that cleared up, touch bases on a couple of things I wanted to cover. We left off with this Youre So Fine at the end of episode 15. And I was saying that I thought a girl band had covered it. Well, it's not Youre So Fine, it's He's So Fine with the chiffons that I was confusing it with. I actually put this on, listened to it, and it rang no bells for me whatsoever. I'm not familiar with this song, but the Falcons' Youre So Fine is a well-known song from 1959, hit number 17 in the charts in June. So, you know, it had its day as well. And the next one I had to show you that was originally going to start this episode was a song called So Fine, which also I'm not familiar with, by the Fiestas, hit number 11, apparently, in April of 59. This clearly the A-side, but you can see it's a collectibles. We're going to have a whole bunch of these collectibles, especially in the next few episodes. I fair warned you, but this one's not going to be solid, but maybe the next episode, one after that's just going to be solid collectibles releases. So be prepared for a lot of reissued labels and a lot of different memories, hopefully. The Fiestas are on side B of this one, too. A lot of these collectibles do have different bands on both sides, on either side. Last Night I Dreamed, and that song I'm not familiar with. Doesn't have any notations on here, so I don't know if it ever charted. Maybe that was just the second best song the Fiestas had. I don't know. But that was what we were going to start off with. But then I came across this one, and I'm like, you know, this would be a really great one to actually finally start episode 16, 4 minutes into the episode. That's comical. But let's go. Now that's Down in Junior's Farm Where I Want to Lay Low. That's what this brings to my mind. But Hank Ballard and the Moonlighters did this song, Let's Go. Maybe that's where Paul McCartney got the idea for Junior's Farm. I don't know. But this song definitely older than that. October of 1960 is what it's telling us here. And this is the original mono version, which is nice to know. That tells me right there that it's a reissue, because it wasn't in 1979, but in 79, King Records did a pressing of the original mono version, and that's pretty cool. So this is pretty neat to have as a reissued copy of the song. At least you have the original 2-minute, 2-second mono version as it would have been played on the radios back when it came out. The B-side of this is still another Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. Finger Poppin' Time, which I don't know what that's about. But there again, original mono version, and that was from July of 1960. So again, I'm not familiar with them, but this is a cool reissue from the King Records. Richmond Manufacturing and Distributing Incorporated, Ontario, Canada. So there's a Canadian release there, I guess. Nothing against the Canadians. I love our neighbors up north. Love our neighbors down south too. I love my neighbors, period. All right, so here we've got Troy Shondell doing This Time. And that's the A-side on this particular collectibles. Says it hit number 6 in September of 1961. But I don't remember it from the title, or do I recall ever having heard of Troy Shondell before. And here we go with different artists on the B-side. Shirley and Lee, Let the Good Times Roll. Come on, baby, let the good times roll. There's a Jimi Hendrix song, Let the Good Times Roll, off of Electric Ladyland. But that's not this one. This is written by L. Lee, so I'm guessing that's probably the Lee in the Shirley and Lee. I don't know. But hey, that hit number 20 in September of 56, so we're going back a few years there for sure. Next up, we at least got one that I've heard of the band. The Platters. Yeah, definitely have heard of the Platters and like the Platters. You've Got the Magic Touch. That one doesn't ring a bell for me either. Oh, but it looks like I got the B-side up here. Oops, sorry about that. Hit number 4 in March of 56. So yeah, the Platters going way back. And look at the date on this, 1986. For this collectibles issue. That's pretty interesting. Polygram Records. So, the A-side is another Platters hit. So, I don't know how this got flipped in the stack. I tried to have all the A's up. I tried to do a little prep work. Don't know why that didn't work out correctly. But, clearly it didn't. And, that one hit number 8 in February of 1960. Apparently, according to the notations that we're given here on this one. And, most of the information, well, let's be honest, all of the information that I have looked up so far on these notations from this collector have been accurate, with the exceptions of an opinionated description. Hello, Moto. Phone got me there on that one. You know, these are unscripted commentaries as I'm going through the disc, so you get these little glitches. At least you know I'm real. The same thing with the mistake that I made on Stephen Bishop there, you know. I'm a human being just like you're a human being, or at least I think you are. Maybe you're in space. Maybe there are aliens watching this channel. Wouldn't that be cool? It's a nice thought anyways. But I am human, and I do make mistakes, and I don't edit these videos. The primary purpose is to show the labels off, just a little offhanded commentary as we run along. I don't edit, and I don't generally trash a video and start over unless I'm, you know, just a few minutes in. But I do that from time to time. But anyways, Harbor Lights is not a Platters song that I am familiar with either, even if it hit number 8 on the charts. So, What's Your Name, Little Girl? That's the What's Your Name song I would know. But that's not what we got here. We got Big Top Records, Dawn and Juan doing What's Your Name. So, hit number 7 in February of 1962. Kind of a cool logo there too. I like that Big Top. It's a little plain, yeah, but it's still kind of neat, kind of different. But yeah, Dawn and Juan. I don't know what an Embry production. Okay, all right, if you say so. And we got Dawn and Juan on the B-side with Chicken Nicks. So makes me kind of wonder there if that one might be a bit of a novelty song or a little bit goofy. Yeah, that one would be something that would grab my interest enough for me to put it on and listen to it. But that's definitely the B-side, because our collectible buddy here, he says that What's Your Name hit number 7 in February of 62. Well, released in February of 62, apparently. But, yeah, he's got a very good $6.25. Well, it is pretty darn good. Yeah, I'd say it's in pretty good shape. Maybe it is worth that. I don't know. I'm not a collector to the sense that I'm trying to make money off of them or would even think about that, really. I've never sold any 45s for more than 50 cents or a buck at a garage sale to get rid of them. This one is the Dells with There Is. And this one's notes here is telling me that hit number 20 in February 1968. But again, it's not a song that I'm familiar with. I don't know the Dells. I don't know There Is as a title. Cadet Records, I do believe I've seen that before. The logo there actually looks a little bit like Dark Horse, you know, George Harrison's Dark Horse. But it's kind of like a cross between that and a seashell. It's actually kind of interesting. But it's got one of those holes in it. You know, we've discussed that numerous times, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but yeah, that's a cutout. That means that it originally did not sell at the store that got it from the distributor to sell it to the public. They drilled a hole in it, reported it as damaged, got credit for their next purchase, and threw it away. And somebody dumpster dived or took it home with them. So, B-side on this one is a song called Show Me, again by the Dells. So, I don't know that one either. So, there you go. So, we're going to make this the final one of this episode. I know I spent a lot of time talking this time, but I wanted to correct that mistake from episode 7. And I wanted to discuss a few things, like showing that on the phone. I've had a lot of people that I've run across that have been watching it on their phone, you know, lengthwise, like this. And geez, it's just so much better. All you gotta do is hit that little square and turn it, and it's just not much nicer picture. And like I said, YouTube even keeps downgrading me on my computer. It keeps kicking me down to the 480, and it's like these videos do not look that good to me in 480. So I spent a lot of time and effort to make these as good as possible. So, anyways, we've got the Flying Machine here. Smile, a little smile for me. May hit number 5 in October of '69. Get your act together, Will. You're gonna mess it all up here at the end. And B-side of that is Maybe We've Been Loving Too Long. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of that. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again another time.